four of a kind is self-explanatory, and a straight flush is 5 cards all in a row of the same suit. Royal flush is top of the pops. That's a straight flush, ace high. Looking at the chip values, those yellow chips are worth 1,000 each. The blues, 2,000 apiece, and the reds are 5,000 each.
Okay, 1 and 2, guys.
Putting a total of 600,000 on this table. And Fiona Foster, your runaway chip leader at this early stage. Regis is in the big blind, but it is Fiona Foster, king 10 under the gun, calling for 2.
Raise to 14,000 total.
And this is the third raise Mark Williams has put in before the flop, and the first 5 hands he's very aggressive.
Yes, and it was a little bit of a weak bet from Fiona in the first place. She's now got herself in a little bit of a spot, even though they were suited, the king 10. They don't look so good against the ace jack, but the flop could change all of this.
Yeah, she's called 12,000, and this pot getting up there. Fiona looking to match a card, and I wonder if Mark's a little bit worried. Looks like he wanted to take that pot before the flop.
Well,
that's
something for everybody, and there's going to be some action and some danger here. It just remains how well Mark Williams can get out of trouble. Look at the spot he's in. He's in desperate situation here.
20,000.
Bang the chips down on the table. It may be a bit of a strong bet for Mark. Can he get away with that?
3 10s for Fiona Foster, and Williams has the top pair with the top kicker.
Do you know something, Jesse? A poker player of a little bit, perhaps more experience than this would have checked. But Mark may know that would happen to be a check, so he must think he's got a chance here.
You couldn't blame Mark for sticking all his chips in, could you?
No, he could be in a terrible situation here. But one thing Mark Williams has got on the snooker table is a survival instinct. He doesn't have to put any more chips in. He's still very much in the game. Does he have to get involved?
I mean, the more Mark thinks about it, the more it looks like he's thinking about folding, which is, well, it's a world-class laydown if he can make it. And, I mean, this is only the first time he's seen Fiona Foster. I think he's asking Matt Marty, the tournament director, to put the clock on him. He's called the clock on himself. So it's amazing how you can come in with a game plan and then you get put to a very tough decision the very first hand.
Well, he's doing the sensible thing. He's taking plenty of time. He certainly hasn't rushed into a decision of excitement of putting money in with that top pair.
All in.
No,
he has gone all in.
He took that long and then made the wrong decision.
Oops.
But hold on a minute. Surely you can't fold.
Fiona Foster has...
Surely you can't fold.
Well, she's gotten what she wanted.
15 years of experience. At some stage of playing poker for 15 years.
All she has to do is call. This could be one of the biggest upsets of this tournament in this early stage. I mean...
Well...
There's not very many hands that beat her out there. Is she considering...
How can she throw these away? I think the end result will be call.
Right, so would I be all in as well?
I'll tell you, pretty much, yeah, you'd have to cover it.
It's going to be... This pot will be over 200,000.
Can we just count
she's
these
got more
Yeah,
than you.
she's got more than you.
We'd have some pocket change left.
Fiona Foster would have about, I think, 10 or 11,000.
That's important.
But Mark Williams will be drawing dead to 2 jacks in the deck, and she's called, and Mark is not going to be happy.
He must be in front. 95.
It was a very big decision to go all in. I don't think there was ever any doubt really about calling the bet.
I mean, at the end of the day, Steve, it looks like Fiona, you don't know if that was if she made that move to try and show weakness or show strength, but Mark... Yes.
He got the hook in the top lip there and was being reeled in very nicely.
Fiona Foster's in a very strong position. Here's the turn. That has changed nothing. Mark Williams, 1 jack, or he is out of this tournament. Here's the river.
Right.
And that queen has made Fiona Foster a straight. It was superfluous.
Tenors up on the
3
wheel.
10s were good enough.
You going now, yeah?
That's
Yeah.
Steve.
Around.
It just goes to show you how nothing's sure in poker.
Well, the commentary kiss of death from me there as Mark Williams walks out the door, possibly considered himself the favourite for today. Goodbye.
That last hand one more time. The pot big before the flop, and then 3 10s for Fiona Foster. The money went in. Mark Williams' top 2 pair didn't improve, and the hot tournament favorite first out by a straight.
Well, that's a marvellous hand for Ronnie O'Sullivan, and simply got a raise here.
4,000.
Raise, 2,000 more.
Just a
total.
little raise, a little
Pass.
tempter, and this time John
Pass.
turns them down.
He's just creeping in with the queens.
Oh, here's a showdown. This is the moment where Ronnie O'Sullivan could double up or
Raise.
go out the door.
Yeah, this could be bash and boom, couldn't it?
Raise all in from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Call, and then down to the
Raise,
down to the
10,000
5
more,
cards in the
14
middle.
total.
Fiona has announced a re-raise, and look
Wow.
at this.
Oh, that should be thrown away in this situation, but will he know that?
It's a raise and a re-raise.
It can't be good.
It's 12,000 on Robbie Paul. And he actually has the worst hand you can have in this situation. You can only think of hearts.
It's obviously not very good for Ronnie O'Sullivan. One of his queens has gone. Ronnie won't know that, obviously.
Call.
Cool.
And 10
Robbie
again.
Paul's.
He's cool.
That's a
Re-raise,
that's a
all
great
in.
great strong play by Ronnie, isn't it? I mean, he must reckon he's best. And the question is Fiona going to call?
Well, she doesn't have to. Especially after Paul calling, she may decide to go out of the door, but Ace King's pretty attractive hand. This is a fascinating, this is a classic piece of poker, really, isn't it? Between 3 relative novices of the game. It would be interesting watching top pros play this.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan has re-raised this pot about, I think it's about 80,000. And that will take a big chunk out of Fiona's stack if she chooses to call.
The question for Fiona is, what have the other two got? How good is my ace king now? How does it look? Are some of my cards taken already? I'm up against another ace king.
What would you be doing in her spot, do you think? Raise.
But do you know, I think I mean, it's very easy when you're sitting there. I think I just get out of it and sort of say, well, look, there's 2 people in. You don't have to put any more money in, and you still got loads. You're still well ahead.
Does she have to consider that she could be up against 2 aces or 2 kings here?
She's got to, I mean, in a way, she must think there must be a pair out there.
Oh,
she's
go on
cool.
then, she says. And Robbie Paul, well, if he didn't take the hint
like my
before,
hand,
Steve, he's
too.
going to take the hint now. He says you put a bet in, you get jacked up on both sides. But we've got a pot here. Ronnie O'Sullivan, the Rocket, all in against Fiona Foster. And it's nearly a 50-50 spot. Although one of Ronnie's queens, one of Fiona's aces down the chute.
Cool, Roberts.
And if Ronnie O'Sullivan can double up here, he's going to go favorite. If he gets
Oh my gosh.
he gets this through.
Well, there's a jack out in the pack that all of a sudden now does help Fiona. She's been hitting cards all night long, praying for a jack. Not to come is Ronnie O'Sullivan.
3 ladies on the flop for the Rocket.
Ronnie would love to see a 10 or a 4.
Oh, he
That
sure
would
would.
close it all out.
9, 10. Oh.
That has changed nothing.
Okay, you said you had
4 jacks are Fiona's 4 outs. She'll still be in, but she'll be wounded.
king, king.
River card coming,
King ace. Nice.
and the case lady has held up. That's a big pot for Ronnie. Looking at the leaderboard, there have been fireworks so far. Ronnie and Fiona on top, and the other 3 not far from where they started.
John Regis being just calling. Nothing too exceptional from him. Hasn't hit any cards and has done 24,000 chips in cold blood.
I've only